As leaders, we need to make decisions. There's a fairly obvious statement, but making decisions can be difficult, can be complex, and the decision matrix is a really great tool just to help us to cut through some of that complexity and I think get some objectivity into our decision making so we can also get there more quickly. So just to sort of go over how the decision matrix works, it's the first thing we need to do is really think about, okay, what are the factors actually that are going to be important when we make a decision. So I've just put a few in here that you can see, so if we're going to we need to make a decision about doing something, the factors might be, will it help us to grow? Will it make us more profitable? Will it require too much cash? Is it culturally aligned to what we want to do? There could be a whole raft of different kind of factors that you're based a good decision on, and you need to kind of work those out first. What you then need to do is you need to weight those because they won't all come equal. Some things will be more important to you and your business than others. So the thing to do here is from a total of 100, allocate a percentage of that 100 points to each of those factors so you can get some context around which are more important and which are less important. Once you put some weighting around it, we then need to use the matrix to score the alternative decision. So across the top of the matrix, you'll see there's alternatives. You don't have to have 3, you can have 4 or 5, you don't have too many, but you can extend the matrix as you need to. And the first bit's really, really easy. The first decision that you could take, just score at 50%. Now, some people struggle with that concept, but the idea here is just to create your benchmark. So your first decision is half of the weighting scores, which obviously will give you a total of 100, because the objective here is not to get to 100. It's just in the context of each other, which comes out with the highest score. So then what you're doing with your decision 3, 2 and 3 and 4, if you've gone that far, you're saying, okay, is it against that particular factor, is this going to be better for us or worse for us? And so you'll score it below or above the benchmark. And then as you see here, you'll end up with some scores around the different decisions you have, which then help you just to say, be a bit more objective about how you made that decision against the factors that are truly important. Just one other way, just to give you a slightly different context to the decision matrix, because it does have lots of different uses in different contexts, but really, really good in recruitment. I've just put an example here for you where you can see you can use this with different candidates. You'd obviously have different factors and criteria on the basis on which you would select the candidate, but the same principle applies. You give the candidate 1 a 50% score against the weightings. You then score the other candidates in comparison to that benchmark candidate. Probably the thing that's slightly different with the recruitment process is, although we have one candidate here that's scoring at 75, we might say, actually, we do need someone that's going to hit maybe 80% plus for them to be good enough to be recruited against the criteria on which we're judging them. So what you can then do with a decision matrix, you can go back, don't just discard everybody because they're below that, but you can go back into these candidates against the decision matrix and go, do we think, when we look at some of these low scores with some of these candidates, are there things we can do with them either before they come to us or when they come to us where we can boost those scores so that when they do work with us, they will be at that 80% plus that we need. So that's just a slightly different context for the decision matrix. There are others, but I just want to give you one in this short video. So decision matrix, really, really important to think about, what are the different decisions we could take? They're your alternatives across the top. What are the factors on which we should judge making this decision? How do we weight those in terms of importance to each other? Benchmark your first decision and then score the others in context of that benchmark so you get a final score by which you can decide what's the right decision for you.